Yes. Honourable Member, you are right. Because all these papers were laid by the minister responsible for education, we referred them to a committee responsible for education. But having drawn my attention to it, I think it is proper to refer the item to the Constitutional and Legal Committee. So accordingly, the annual statement by the Audit Committee of the Ghana School of Law for the year 2024 is accordingly referred to the Constitutional and Legal Committee for consideration and reports. Page 17.
Speaker, thank you so much. Speaker, in all humility, I bring your attention to the last paragraph. During the consideration stage of the Ghana Scholarship Authority Bill 2025, yesterday, Speaker, you were fully in charge, and I recall that you gave the directive to the draft person. But over here, the data captures it at the second deputy speaker giving the directive. So, in all humility, if the clerk will take note and correct. Again, Speaker, with your indulgence, item 15 plus 4. The chairman of the committee for the Ghana Scholarship Authority Bill, he proposed an amendment for the inclusion of the Student Loan Trust Fund. I really want, if the chairman could help, or the clerk at table, is it really Student Loan Trust or Students Loan Trust? If it's the plural version, then I suggest that S be added to the word student so that it's captured as students. Thank you very much.
Table office, can they cross-check? On the first issue, you are right. So is the first deputy speaker. Thank you very much, honorable member. Page 18. Yes.
I think, Speaker, consequentially, the same correction should be done at page 18. Then that the ending part of page 18, Madam or the Honorable Comfordoyo has been captured as the second deputy majority whip. I think she is rather the first deputy. So the record should be amended accordingly. Thank you.
Very well. And table office, candidate cross-check consequentially. Honorable second deputy speaker instead of the first deputy speaker. The proper rendition should be first deputy speaker. Table. Yes, subject to, he is correct in doing that, but at the same page, second deputy speaker appears instead of the first deputy speaker. So the consequential correction should also be done. Page 19. Page 20. Page 21. Page 22. Page 23. Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. At page 22, Committee on Education. Please, the opening time is 1:30 p.m. And when you look at the closing time, it's the same thing, 1:30 p.m. So, table of issue check. Thank you.
So what is the closing time that you are referring to?
No. Mr. Speaker, page 22.
Yes.
Committee on Education.
Yes.
No, it doesn't go straight. See this. When you check the opening time, it's 1:30 p.m. And then when you come to 4 closing, the meeting ended at 1:30 p.m.
Is it on the same page? Honourable member, refer to the appropriate pages. You say page 22. Page 22, we can say committee met on Monday, 14th July, 2025 at 1:30 p.m. Is anything wrong on page 22?
Yeah, Speaker, I think in the votes and proceedings he's having, when you get to page 23.
Page 23.
Yes, there's a closing time of 1:30, which is
yes.
error.
So that is why I'm asking whether the correction is on page 22 or the correction is on page 23.
The correction is supposed to be on page 23.
Very well.
Yes.
Table office, page 23. Take note. Honourable member, are you holding a different document? Honourable member, the document that we have, the commencement time is at page 22, 1:30. Then when you go to page 24, the closing time is 3 p.m. Is the vote and proceedings right, or the document that you are holding is causing the confusion? Are we holding one and the same vote and proceedings?
No, Mr. Speaker, because what I have here is different from what I've gotten as new. So, Mr. Clark has checked and then you see that.
What is the
right.
date of your vote and proceedings? Is it Thursday, 17th July 2025?
Yes, Mr. Speaker.
Clerks, how can we have two different votes and proceedings? Is any other member having the wrong votes and proceedings? You also have the same wrong votes and proceedings. Honourable members, I'm told is the printer's error because the same page has been repeated in some of the votes and proceedings. Otherwise, Whatever is captured in page 22 is correct, and the time captured in page 24 is also correct, subject to that printer's error. So table office kindly take note so that the apparent errors in the vote and proceedings will be avoided. Yes.
Mr. Speaker, I don't know. The clerk at table, it's just those in the minority that have the wrong vote and proceedings. Mr. Speaker, I don't get it. Is it the case that Honorable Acheampong directed that they should be given the wrong vote and proceedings or what? Because it's just our side, Mr. Speaker, that has the wrong one.
Honorable,
so clerk at table, next time, just double check everything.
Honorable
and when you are sharing, give one wrong here and give one true here.
Honorable Deputy Whip, I think you are completely out of order. Honorable Acheampong is not responsible for printing votes and proceedings. So, Honorable Acheampong,
Mr. Speaker,
will you still speak when I indicated that you are not responsible for printing votes and proceedings?
Yeah, Mr. Speaker, you are right, but I take a serious exception to what McCoy just said. By the way, Mr. Speaker, they walk out from the chamber. How would you hear what I said when you walk out?
Honourable members, page 23 and page 24. Honourable members, the vote and proceedings of Thursday, 17th July 2025 as corrected. Is adopted as the true record of proceedings. Honourable members, we have two official reports. One, Friday, 11th July 2025, and the other, Saturday, 12th July 2025. We shall first consider Friday, 11th July 2025. Honourable members, any correction? Honourable members, in the absence of any correction, the official reports of Friday, 11th July 2025 is hereby accordingly adopted as the true record of proceedings. Honourable members, the official report of Saturday, 12th July 2025, for your correction. Honourable members, any correction? Honourable members, in the absence of any correction, the official reports of Saturday, 12th July 2025 is hereby accordingly adopted as the true record of proceedings. Honourable members, the next item is item 6 at page 2 of today's order paper. Presentation of business statement for the 9th week. I will then call upon the chairman of the business committee to present the business statement.
Right Honourable Speaker, your committee met yesterday, Thursday, 17 July 2025, and arranged business for the House for the 8th week ending Friday, 25th July 2025. The committee report is presented subject to some amendments that I will indicate as I go along. There may be the usual formal communications by the Right Honourable Speaker. Questions will be asked of ministers. There's an indication here that the Governor of the Bank of Ghana, but unfortunately, the Governor will not be able to come and answer those questions. So that is where I indicate an amendment. If I'd seen it earlier before being given a copy of the report, I would have raised it. But earlier on, I did not notice it when I signed the report. So I just thought to draw attention that the Governor will not be able to come. So we will have in all 36 questions. 2 of them are slated as urgent questions, and 36 oral questions. Statements may be made pursuant to Order 91, 2, and Orders 93. Bills, papers, and reports may be presented and taken under Orders 159 and 160. Pursuant to Order 97, papers may be laid during the week, and reports from committees may also be presented to the House for consideration. Motions may be debated and their consequential resolutions taken, if any. Right Honourable Speaker, referrals may be made to committees, and some referrals were made. So it was agreed by the Business Committee that, as was published in the business statement of the 8th week, an updated breakdown of committees and pending referrals has been attached for the attention of leadership of the respective committees to guide the consideration and reporting on the referrals. A total of 112 referrals have been assigned to 19 committees for consideration and report to the House. Mr. Speaker, the Business Committee continues to urge all committees to prioritize consideration of the referrals in accordance with Order 2674 of our standing orders. So, Mr. Speaker, we have attached the full list of the referrals. For the Finance Committee, we have 7 referrals outstanding. These are mostly annual reports and reports on bills. For the Public Accounts Committee, we have 17 referrals outstanding. And for the Committee on Local Government and Rural Development, we have 30 referrals outstanding. For the Committee on Public Administration and State Interest, we have 6 referrals outstanding. And for the Committee on Independent Constitutional Bodies, we have 4 referrals outstanding. For the Committee on Lands and Natural Resources, we have 3 referrals. In the Committee on Constitutional and Legal Affairs, we have 3 referrals. Committee on Food, Agriculture and Cocoa Affairs, 1 referral. Committee on Youth and Sports, 2 referrals. And Committee on Works and Housing, 1 referral. Committee on Roads and Transport, 3 referrals. Committee on Trade, Industry and Tourism, 2 referrals. Committee on Employment, Labor Relations and Pensions, 1 referral. Committee on Education, 17 referrals. Committee on Gender, Children and Social Protection, 1 referral. And the Committee on Subsidiary Legislation, 6 referrals. Committee on Health, 3 referrals. And Committee on Energy, 4 referrals. Committee on Constitutional and Legal Affairs, 1 referral. So committee chairpersons, including myself, are urged to expedite action on the consideration of the referrals made to them and to report to the House, because we will soon be going on recess, and we're hoping that all these referrals will be presented and taken so that we can leave knowing very well that we have cleared everything before us. Mr. Speaker, the committee discussed the issue of the need for us to comply strictly with our standing orders on question time. So, Mr. Speaker, to maximize the use of time spent in the House for any sitting day, the Business Committee proposes that question time should strictly be within an hour as provided for in Order 77-2. Consequently, not more than 10 questions will be scheduled for each sitting day. And we did the calculations. We multiplied the 10 by the average sitting day for every meeting, and then we divided by the total number of members of parliament, so that averagely every parliamentarian has an average number of questions that they can ask if they so desire. Mr. Speaker, it is expected that a member should ask a question within a minute. So when it comes to the 10 questions, we also have allotted the time limit within which the question should be asked and answered, and followed up questions asked and answered. And these are the details. It is expected that a member should ask a question within a minute. A minister, head of an independent constitutional body, or member will respond to the question asked within 2 minutes, and another 3 minutes will be allotted for any supplementary questions. So 1 minute for asking the question, the answer should be within 2 minutes, and supplementary questions asked and answered also within 3 minutes. This will result to a total of 6 minutes for each question asked and answered. The committee proposes that a member will be limited to ask 2 substantive questions within a week in accordance with Order 83-2. So every member has a maximum of 2 questions to ask within a week. Additionally, supplementary questions to a constituency-specific questions will be limited to only the member who filed the question. This has been a tradition and practice of the House. Speakers have tended to limit supplementary questions that are supplementary questions for questions that are constituency-specific to the person asking the original question. Mr. Speaker, the Business Committee also proposes a strict adherence to Order 94. Accordingly, statement time shall ordinarily not exceed an hour. In this regard, no more than 3 statements will be scheduled for each sitting day. The statement of a member should not exceed 5 minutes, and comments from any member shall not exceed 3 minutes. Mr. Speaker, the Business Committee is confident that these proposals based on the provisions of the standing orders will ensure fruitful use of time in the House. And what informed the Business Committee is the fact that now we start sitting at 2 p.m. in the afternoon. Even though we start sitting at 2 p.m. in the afternoon, parliamentarians still wake up early in the morning. People have to attend to family issues. People have to attend to other official matters that other agencies who start at 8 o'clock are available to deal with. So we still wake up very early, like any other ordinary person. We come here and then we start business at 2 p.m. And very often we have to work till 10, 11 p.m. And that really affects both the parliamentarians and the staff. So when the standing orders makes provision for allotting time for business, and we don't go according to that time, when it gets to government business, by that time MPs are exhausted. So the rules say we should sit for 5 hours. If we're going to sit beyond 5 hours, then that has to be extended sitting. Now, the rules say use 1 hour for question time. Use another hour for statements. So it means that government business is left with 3 hours to make up for the 5 hours. So if you come and use 3 hours for question time, and use 2 hours for statements, it means that you are eking out, government business. So that is why we discussed it thoroughly and said, okay, the question time, we must keep to it 1 hour. Statement time, we must keep to it 1 hour so that we can keep the 3 hours available for government business, and also that we can close at 7 p.m. unless under exceptional circumstances when we have to extend sitting, so MPs can go back home and also rest and prepare for the following day. So those are the considerations that informed the decision of the Business Committee, which I am reporting to you. So, Right Honourable Speaker, in accordance with Order 2162 and subject to Order 67, the committee submits to the House the order in which the business for the House shall be taken during the week. We have the attached schedule of questions, and I indicated earlier that for the questions slated for Wednesday, 23rd July 2025, urgent question number Roman numeral 3B, the governor of the bank is unable to come that day. I will discuss an appropriate date with the honorable member asking the question so that we can look at when that can happen. So thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I urge the House to adopt the report of the Business Committee. Thank you.
Yes, honourable members, business statement duly presented by the chairman of the Business Committee. It is now for your comment. Yes, Honourable Asafua.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, respectfully on page 8 of the business statement, item number 127, I see that a question that I filed and the minister actually appeared before this House and answered the question has reappeared in the business statement. And so I will crave the indulgence of the table office to...
Well, Chairman of the committee, take note.
Unless, of course, the table office believes that the question was not answered properly, which I also believe so anyway. And secondly, I mentioned item number 127.
Chairman of the committee, a question asked and answered has been repeated. So, table office should take note in order not to program that question again.
Right Honourable Speaker, on page 4, I see the Minister of Defence appearing to the House on Wednesday. I have filed 2 urgent questions to the Minister of Defence last week, and I am expecting that it should be here. I will crave the indulgence of table office and Mr. Speaker and the business statement committee to reconsider those 2 urgent questions that have been filed by myself. See if the Minister
Honourable, you know that question filed must be admitted first.
I agree. That's why I'm craving the indulgence of the table office.
Has your questions passed the admission test?
Well, I'm sure that if the admissibility test has
Speaker
been passed,
indicated clearly
I will be communicated to.
I would be responsible for admission of questions, but I have not seen your question for admission.
Firstly, these are questions that I filed about 2 weeks ago. The table office can confirm today. So I'm just craving the indulgence of...
You file it at where?
With the table office. I mean, they can confirm.
So follow up and ensure that they are brought to my attention for admission first.
Very, very well. Very well. And Right Honourable Speaker, on page 2, with respect to the time that has been allotted for questions. Right Honourable Speaker, I know you have been in this House for so long a time. I am just 5 years in this House. It is becoming strange for me to see how the times are being allotted for questions, because I don't see how a whole minister will be brought to this House to answer to questions that is of public importance, public interest. And you only find the minister leaving here after 5 or 10 minutes. Even the one who is asking the substantive question will be given one additional question to ask. It happened to me last week, and I've, in my 5 years that I've been in this House, it's strange to me. And I think that that is the only way that the oversight responsibility can be played. And so I will crave the indulgence of the Business Committee to relook at this very well for us, because even if you look at it very well how it has been couched. It seems that the 3 questions that the 3 minutes that will be given for additional questions to be asked, I don't know if that is even given to the one who is asking for the substantive question, or any other member can also use, or if you like, benefit from that 3 minutes. And so I am pleading that it is the only time that we can play that oversight responsibility.
Honourable Member,
some attention should be given
in
to
the
it.
best practices all over the jurisdiction, questions are asked within a minute, and answers doesn't take more than 2 minutes to the question. So if you have a question to ask, how elaborate is your question? Such that question captured in the order paper, which you would have to read, will take you more than a minute to read.
No. Mr. Speaker, I'm talking about follow-up questions. Follow-up questions. 3 minutes has been allotted.
Yes.
And as for the 3 minutes, I don't know whether it is given to the one who is asking for the substantive question. I want clarification.
But if we listen to the business statement carefully, the business statement is even requesting for the indulgence of the House to limit follow-up questions to the questioner. So that answers your question. If agreed upon by the House, that answers your question.
Mr. Speaker, that's what I'm saying, that I have been in this House for 5 years. This is new, that a whole minister will come to this House, and the one who is asking for the substantive question is the only person who can ask the minister a question, especially when the one who is asking for the substantive question has been given only one additional question to ask. How are we going to do justice to the questions?
Honorable Asafo, what did the rule say?
Mr. Speaker, I'm saying that when you
What did the rules state about supplementary question?
Mr. Speaker, I am quoting the rule for you. I am quoting the rule for you. In fact, when you read the business statement itself, in fact, the rules has been stated in the business statement. In fact, it was the preliminary comments that came from the business statement. I am only saying, it's a plea. We are here to play an oversight responsibility, and more times, you hardly see members of parliament who belong to the government asking questions. That is the only time that members who are with the opposition can play that oversight responsibility.
Honorable members,
I am pleading.
Honorable
let's
member,
have a real look at it.
Honorable member,
respectfully.
I ask respectfully, what does the rule say? If you look at Order 89.2, the member who asks a question may be allowed to ask not more than 3 supplementary questions on the substantive question. So the member may be allowed. So there are instances where, due to exigencies of time, the member may not be allowed to ask 3 questions. So the time is to guide us. If instead of asking a supplementary question, you choose to make statements, you are eating into your own time. If you choose to violate Order 88.7, you are eating into your own time. So the business statement as presented is within our rules.
Mr. Speaker, respectfully, I disagree. These are 2 different things. You are saying that the person who is asking the question may be given 3 additional questions.
So you are talking about any other member.
So
now,
I am saying
that goes to Rule 3, 89.3. Listen to 89.3 first. Any other member may be allowed to ask not more than 2 supplementary questions. So the other member may be allowed. That is why the business statement is seeking the indulgence of the House to limit supplementary question to the questioner. So if the House agrees on it, it is perfectly within the rules.
Mr. Speaker,
yes, Majority Leader.
I just want to draw the attention of the honorable member that any time the Speaker is speaking, a member is supposed to resume his seat and listen to the Speaker. When the Speaker finishes, and then you try and catch his eye again, and then you speak. If you don't catch the eye of the Speaker, even when you get up again or you rise up again in your seat, it doesn't give you an automatic right to just start speaking. So I'm pleading that we have first-timers who have just come. They are watching us. They are watching us. They are watching us. And so we, the seniors, who will be here for 5 years, let's do what is right so that the first-timers can learn from us.
Thank you very much, Honorable Majority Leader. Yes, you are still not clear.
No, please. Mr. Speaker, I said that what you read and what has been stated in the business statement are two different things. The order that you read says that the member may be given 3 additional questions. What the business statement is saying now is that we will be given 3 minutes. Within that 3 minutes, how do I ask 3 follow-up questions, and the minister will also answer those questions within that 3 minutes? And the order is also saying that any other member may be given 2 additional questions. So I am only saying, Mr. Speaker, the only time this side of the House can play that oversight responsibility is bringing the ministers here. And so let's relook at the number of minutes that has been allotted for questions time. Because last week, it happened to me. I brought a whole minister here to ask a constituency-specific question, and I was given only 1 follow-up question, which did not do justice to the reason why I brought the minister here. So I'm pleading with you, Mr.
Honorable
Speaker,
Member,
look at it.
based on the exigencies of time, whoever is presiding may exercise the discretion given by Order 89 to even disallow a supplementary question. So we need to read in between the lines of the standing order. It is not an automatic right cast in stone that you are entitled to ask 3 supplementary questions. You may be allowed. You may be allowed. That is the language used in the standing order. And I believe it is very clear, very loud and clear. So when you are given the opportunity to ask 1 supplementary question, it is not in violation of our standing orders. Yes, Honorable Kingsley Nyarko.
Mr. Speaker, I want to commend the Leader of the House for delivering the business statement for next week. Mr. Speaker, if I say I'm happy this morning, it will be a lie. Because it seems that we are being gagged in this House not to ask questions. That is completely unfair. Being in this House for 4 years and about 6 months, at the 8th Parliament, questions were asked. Supplementary questions were asked unabated. What has changed? I strongly disagree with this position. It is unfair. It is not helping our parliamentary democracy. Questions are supposed to be asked to get information. Now, you are saying that nobody will be allowed to ask a supplementary question. What is this? Mr. Speaker, we are building a democracy. Our friends on the other side have been blessed to have this superior majority. They should not abuse this majority. They shouldn't do that. They shouldn't do that. They shouldn't do that. This is completely an attempt to cow us from exercising effective oversight over the executive. Anabayaga, we respect you a lot. But you see, this week you've been bringing this matter up.
Honorable Kingsley Nyarko, let me find out from you whether the business committee is made up of only the majority.
He chairs. His chairs. You know, if you read our orders, if you read Order 55, it talks about commencement and adjournment, that we should sit ordinarily for 5 hours. But 3 minutes before that time, in Order 56, a member can rise and make a case for it to be extended. It is clear in our rules. The same applies to Order 77 as we did quote. Now, this restriction is not going to help us to build the capacity of members and to ensure that this democracy is strengthened. We shouldn't do that, Mr. Speaker.
We should prepare as members of parliament to be held responsible for words that we use on the floor of the House. You said they are abusing the majority, and I asked a question. Is the business committee made up of only the majority members of the House?
Mr. Speaker,
I am guiding you to be measured in the language that you use.
Mr. Speaker, with all due respect, I have not offended other 1, 2, 3, 2 of our others. I have not. I have not insulted anybody. I have not. I'm just saying that they are abusing their majority. Please, is it offensive? Is it offensive? No, because of the new rules. And these rules violate our orders. These rules affront our orders. These rules that today our leader has
Honorable Kinsley Nyako, if a committee report is here and a committee report is being discussed, would that amount to abuse of majority? Because this is a report of the business committee, not a report of the majority side.
Mr. Speaker, with respect, I'm not part of the committee, but the report has been read to us, and I'm saying that it is completely a no. We should reconsider this position, because I can ask a question.
I do not have a problem with your suggestion. Reconsider the decision of the business committee. I am talking with specific reference of your statement that it amounts to abuse of majority. Now, Parliament is live.
Mr. Speaker, I'm saying that the exercise of the majority numbers in this manner is not right. It's not right. Mr. Speaker, now, I've made my point, and I'm saying that I'll be happy.
Honorable Kinsley Nyako, look at the business report and tell me whether it is a majority decision or a minority decision.
Mr. Speaker, I'm not disputing that, but I also have the right to raise issues of concern.
You have a right to raise issue. I'm taking you on the use of your word, abuse of majority. Do you still stand that you have a justification to say that based on the business statement, without an indication whether the business statement is majority decision or minority decision, you are justified in stating that presentation of this business statement amount to abuse of majority?
Mr. Speaker, if you listen to me carefully, I said that from what has transpired this week, the spirit and the intent, the spirit and the letter of what has been captured today and read to us amounts to that. That is my respective opinion on the matter. Mr. Speaker, my other issue has to do, last 2 weeks, I've made my point already. But now, Mr. Speaker, my second is because I made a point that our leadership...
Honorable Richard Achampong, please, I recognize Honorable Richard Achampong.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I heard my colleague say that he's not a member of the business committee. So for your information, let me read to you members who attended yesterday's business committee meeting. The first person is Mr. George Kwaku Rekit Hagan, Richard Achampong, Mohammed Adamu Ramadan, Dr. Thomas Winsum Anaba, Mr. Kofi Bente Afo, Prof. Hamza Adam, Mr. Frekwesi Agbanyon, Mr. Frank Anodompre, Dr. Yao Osei Aduchum, Mrs. Mavis Nkansa Buadu. They took this very decision for the consideration of the House. So we can't conclude by saying majority is using its numbers to gag any member for asking questions. So you are not there, so I'm providing information for you so that you can continue. Thank you very much.
Yes. Deputy Minority Whip.
Mr. Speaker, thank you. And I think that you have guided us with regards to what the business committee chairman presented. Mr. Speaker, except that it doesn't lie on the business committee or the chairman of the business committee to tell us that questions, we should do it within 1 minute or 2 minutes. By your interpretation on Order 88.2, I agree with you that if you do the combined effect of what is on Order 89.2, Mr. Speaker, I read Order 89.2. The member who asks a question may be allowed to ask not more than 3 supplementary questions on the substantive matter. So based on your guidance, it means that up to 3 supplementary questions. So it could be 1, it could be 2, or it could be 3. Mr. Speaker, that I agree. But Mr. Speaker, if you look at our standing orders in Order 5, the interpretation and how the orders supposed to work under Standing Order 5 is clear. Order 5, Mr. Speaker, I will read our Standing Order 5, which states that Standing Order 5, subject to the provisions of the Constitution and any other enactment where there is doubt, with his numbers always